Are you winning, son?
Are you not entertained?
Alright, it's time. Big premiere. Let's see how this works. Is the music sounding alright? Let's see. I'll explain everything in a few moments. Actually, now I have delay on my microphone, so I can't have it in the monitor. So, there you go. I hope you can still hear my mic. Let me double check. Can you hear it? Of course you can. So, big thing, big thing. There's a new streaming rig. Actually, hang on. I wanna show you. Uh-oh, I totally forgot. But I do wanna show you. Let me know if you ever want to play Formation together. I mean, you can play anytime you want, but... Goultron the first. Hello there, how you doing? Great to have you here. You're so funny. I love the name. So... There's usually not people who want to play Formation, so I'm not used to that. But if you want, you can do this all the time. I don't mind. You can go crazy. It's absolutely fine. So that's one thing, and yeah, if you want, maybe we can do it in the way that I actually look. I should be on North Europe server, because I'm from Europe. Hang on, let me put the picture of my... So, until today, I think we're starting now, so I can hide the starting soon. I just added it so there's something on the screen, because it looked a little awkward. Is the camera okay? Is there a delay? No, I don't know. Is my mouth and my camera somehow synchronized? I know how to change the server. Right, so that should be fairly easy. You go to escape, there's the menu, and you click on two people. No. You go to settings, and you go here to online, and here you can choose the server. So it should be that easy. Oh, I am on SU4 beta, sim update for beta. So if you're on Xbox, you will not be able to fly with me. If you're on PC and you're on SU4 beta, then you can fly with me most likely. I know multiplayer has been hit or miss most of the time for most of the people most of the time. So I mean, you can try, but if it doesn't work, we can figure it out next time. And PC will need to finish work next time. Yay! You're very welcome next time. I had few people flying along back in the years ago. Recently, it's been a little quieter, but hey, you can always do. But I know multiplayer can be a little iffy, so if it doesn't work, I'm not sure I'm able to fix it on my end. Most likely not. So one thing I'm concerned about is my mouth and my talking synchronized. So, tack. Let's see. It's kinda okay. You can always change it. So we'll see how that works. I'm still unsure. Alright, I was saying, until now I was streaming from one PC and playing on the same PC, and it has been fine until recently because Flight Simulator 2024 was using all the CPU it could, which left basically zero room for OBS, and when I was running OBS and Misfits, it was really struggling. I was thinking of people play with, you're in music streams, yeah, I'm there quite often. I like watching music streams when I do what I do during the day. I'm there. So I do recall correctly, I might have seen your name. It's amazing. So one problem was that my PC was not having it with the OBS and the game. The other thing was when I was just having my PC open during the day to listen to music, and this beefy PC sitting under my desk, heating up, not cool. So I figured I got Mac Mini. I used one, so I paid 2/3 of a price, and it's a base model. So it was fairly well priced in my opinion, and I was super anxious to try it with OBS, and so far it seems great. I took all evening today setting this up from scratch. I tried my MacBook Air to set up the OBS, so I knew what I was doing. I knew everything should more or less work fine. So that's what it was. Hang on. I think I have the wrong setting in the audio thingy. Let me just double check that. I go to settings in OBS, preferences, and I go to audio, true peak. Okay, let me find the photo. I'll put in my Discord and then I'll show in browser. Hopefully that's gonna work. I haven't tried it yet. So that might be a little interesting. Everyone is doing well. It's been a long week for me. I've been a little busy. I actually wanted to stream like on Monday, but ultimately I just didn't have the strength to do that. Right, and managed to get one photo in. I've got a second one, the video. Right, so that's done. Now let me try and open it and see if it works. Almost there. Is there a lot of people streaming in Mises now? I saw there was quite a few, but I spent a lot of time today just setting this up. Almost there. Quite a few. Yay. There's Kev, this guy. I wonder if you're alright. I haven't seen you in a while. I was gonna go to I should not think you'll get a rank with the new rig. Oh. I mean, some people when they heard what the new rig is, they were not entertained. Nor were they confident. Hang on. So Put one thing open, and now let me open the other thing. Oh, link, there we go. Can't wait to hear the startup. This guy. Alright, we'll do it soon. Let me just show the new rig and... Almost there. Well, I know. I'm still pretty bored at work. I miss the community. Oh, so it's work. Good. I mean, it's fine. I understand. I've been a little busy myself. And also, when the summer ended, when the summer was ending, it took me like 2 months to switch to the cold month. Like my mind and body. And I was just sitting at home, having zero energy to do absolutely anything. So it was a little terrible, but then like a week or two ago, something clicked and like, yeah, it's cool. And to be clear, I love when it's cold outside. So this is the new rig. This is Mac Mini 2024, Mac Mini M4 2024 model. So last year, latest Mac Mini. I thought it doesn't have a fan, but it actually does have a fan inside. Although the fan is super duper quiet. So I only figured out it has a fan when I tried to run X-Plane, and then I heard some whine. Actually, first I smelled it. Also, I couldn't get the plugin installed to get rounded corners for the camera, so I was a little unhappy about that. And my shirt looks a little funny, just like in there like that. So I'll move the camera like this. All right, this should be better. I hope it's better now. Vent holes on the bottom. Yeah, it has like very small holes on the bottom, and there is a fan, but it's super duper quiet. It actually runs all the time. So here's the video of me holding it. It's a small baby, very small. So I get the used one. I paid like 500 euro, which is two-thirds of a price. So I save like 30%. The person I got it from used it for a year, and apparently they were not using it, so they sold it. So yeah, it does have those holes here, and there's a fan inside, and there's like minor flow. And OBS runs well. What surprised me was that the Bluetooth headphones, they had zero lag. On my Windows machine, the Bluetooth headphones have huge lag, and it's terrible. So you can see the mouth moving totally not in sync with what you hear. But it has to explain. What do you mean? OG Lockpin is here. Hello. Mac loves explain. It's just this one is too weak. The explain guys are actually explain first came on Mac. That's why all the windows look like on Mac. How are you doing, OG? OG, thank you for that message on. It was actually a week ago, but I wanted to reply, but then I didn't. And I had it in my own week like, yeah, there's someone waiting. Streaming is cool. So I was pretty busy, so I couldn't do that earlier. Or pretty tired, but yeah, here we are. Just woke up from nap. This guy, that's awesome. Also, maybe it's a different Bluetooth chip generation. So here's the thing. I was absolutely totally convinced for all the time that the delay in audio on Bluetooth is the inherent problem of the Bluetooth protocol. And then I just plug in this today, and I'm like, where's the delay? What? There's no delay? Like, what? And it was like on my speakers and on my headphones. So it was two devices that normally do have lag, I think. Anyway, that was pretty interesting. Google Ultron vanishes in a poof of smoke. Poof. Right. I opened this FPS counter. Oh, you actually vanished. Oh, nice. So I opened the FPS counter just so that you could see on the loading screen that there is actually something going on. But that's how much frame I'm getting now. I also discovered I was having some problem with G-Sync. So I had 3 monitors connected that supported G-Sync, and I had G-Sync turned on all of them. And somehow I get absolutely terrible frames in Misfits, and I was getting stutters that were extremely annoying. I turned G-Sync off just for a test on all of those monitors, and the problem is gone. So I was super... Chat delay is even short. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure if... What's your graphics card? I've got 4090, but the problem is the CPU. It's bound on CPU. I've got 4090 and i9 3900KF. You too. Nice. It's a beast. It's cool. But now the 50 series has multiple frame gen, so it can generate, I think, up to 3 or 4 frames in between, which is massive. Like, if the sim is running at 130, then it can run with the frame generation at 120, which gives you the smoothness that's all I actually need. All right, so that's discussed. So I can now just kill it. I go here, hide it, and kill the dev mode. I don't like this round top. Also, we've got now Navigraph. Hang on, that's Firefox. We got Navigraph here as well. Now, where is it? I'm still not, so I haven't been streaming on Monk before, so I'm new to this. So we'll see how it works. There might be some struggle. I went with AMD X3D processor and have been having good performance in it. Nice. I bought my PC 2 years ago, so X3D didn't exist at that point. Today I would probably get the 9950 X3D, but because I have Intel, that would mean I need a whole motherboard. So I figured, for the time being, I don't need that. I don't see any telltale that we're on Mac. It's interesting. I thought we'll see those little icons here, the red, yellow, and green, but I don't see it because I'm sharing the window. So you can't really see that I'm on Mac. There's that, more money. Yeah, and I'm a little on a budget, saving up for my actual flying in real life. Right. Let me know if audio balance is off, if anything includes Xbot, because it's the first time we're doing this. So those planes, there's a bundle with the Baron for like 55 euro. And I personally think it's absolutely amazing. So, I also tried to make my character look like me. I didn't have the beard, the goatee in a selection, so it's not there. So we jump in the plane, and what do you have asked for? This startup. Now let's make sure we can actually hear it. Hang on. Because it's running different thing than usual, I'll go here. Oh, it's actually 100%. Maybe I'll get the music just a bit quieter. That's one awesome professional looking pilot. Yeah, really much. I think you will not hear the toes from this guy, but okay. Also, I finally managed to get my VR running in a satisfactory fashion, so it got enough FPS. Uh-oh. This guy. I totally didn't notice that you were being covered by this. So, bear with me. Bear with me. We're getting there. Alright, so what I did until now is, let me restore it to where it was. That's where it was. So we need to remove this control lock. Otherwise, you just cannot move your yoke all too much. I hate the yokes because they get in the way. Now, the interesting thing is, in real life, it's not that big of a bother. One reason is because your two eyes are moved along, so you can basically see behind the vertical part of the yoke because one and the other eye is shifted. So one eye usually sees the switch, and then you can move your head slightly, and you're all good. Actually, I forgot about my... forgot to get my tracker ready. So we can do this after startup. So I usually hide the yokes, and I'll do this without the checklist just to see if I can do it. But in real life, I totally use the checklist because this is... you have all the time in the world at this point. So I'll totally use the checklist. Let's get all the fuel we can get. 2 people on board. Oh, and there's also this engine visualizer, which I think it's a nice educational tool. So I'll show you what you can see here. Also, the streams should be super duper smooth. Right, one thing I want to tell you, but maybe not. So we get the battery on, that gets our most system powered. We get the nav light on. Well, cool, this real today. Yeah, and it's like... so Nick, the founder of the Black Square, is basically a one-man show. So Nick does most of the thing. I think he outsources the 3D modeling maybe to someone. And sounds were made by Boris. Boris AudioWorks, the guy is a legend. So we get the nav light on so everyone can see we're in the plane. Then we get the beacon on, and people around can see this thing and know that we'll start the engine soon. Get my mixture on to full, my throttle full forward. Just double check the fuel tank switch if it's not on off. It's selected on left. And we'll need to be switching the fuel tanks during the flight here. which I actually forgot at some point. I found the ground overlay pretty accurate to real life. Yeah, the ground overlay is pretty accurate. It's just those buildings by default look a little meh on the airfields. What X-Plane has, the other flight simulator, they let people edit these default airports and submit them, and then they make it in the base game. Flight Simulator announced similar thing like 2 years ago, and it hasn't come to fruition yet. So I hope soon. Right. Then we need to prime our engine, so we need to get some fuel into the cylinders that will actually ignite when we try to start it. So to do that, I will move our fuel pump to high. So here's the fuel pump, and I'll observe the fuel flow. It's important because if you forget your mixture throttle, your fuel flow will be at 0. I can show you. So if I get my throttle to 0 and get my fuel pump to on, fuel flow is just not there. So throttle forward, now you can see it went up. Alright, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. And don't I have visualization how much fuel is in the tank? It's not a liquid fuel. I understand it's injected like spray, like perfume. So it should be fuel vapor in there. Oh, actually it would evaporate anyway. I'd have to land on Autobahn, maybe live on a pyramid. No. It's actually, I think it's pretty scary to make emergency landing on the road because there's vehicles and there's people. If you hit someone, you're in big trouble, and it's pretty likely that you will see someone. So I have very mixed feelings about doing emergency landings on roads. If you land in the field, the only one who can really hurt is you and the plane. Right, we'll get magnetos to both. That's what provides the spark through the spark plugs. I'm not sure. I can make it so that you can see the probe as well. And we hold the starter and see if it starts. Once it starts, I'll move starter back to both, and I'll observe the fuel pressure to rise into the green here. That happens pretty quickly. That's why I'm discussing this first. And there's a limit how many seconds you can run the starter within any 4-minute period. I believe it's 30 seconds within any 4-minute period. I'm the Mississippi guy. I mean, at least when it goes to county. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I know the problem is. Forget to get my... So I have to have my throttle like half open. We're at 10. 11 Mississippi. So it started, back to both. Observe the fuel pressure. And there we go. Did that sound nice? I think it's pretty nice. Alright, now so we don't run our battery dry, we get the alternator on. I don't know if this one you should get your standby alternator on as well. I think no. That kinda makes me want to buy it. Honestly, I think it's really good, but Nick has a lot of planes. So there's the Baron and Bonanza pack that you can buy. There's Dukes pack that you can buy, and there's the Starship. And as far as I know, all of them are great. This is the latest thing he came up with, and it's honestly really good. Fun fact: all the used interstate roads are made to act as military makeshift landing strips. Oh, I'm in that purgatory. Okay, we'll wait for you. This guy, not purgatory. So we also do have those. It's called, well, we call it DOL, drogowy odcinek lotniskowy. It means road airport section, road airfield section. It's kind of how you translate. I also got my mixture like halfway. I'll repeat that later. We are supporting our friend content creator Nah, I don't really need that. It's just that they won't let me disable it. It's crazy. I honestly, at this point, don't need that at all. But it's either the pre-roll ads, which hurts the new people, or it's the mid-roll ads, which hurt the people who watch, and either way it's hurt someone, so let's do what everyone does. Welcome back. So we also have those sections of roads that are landable, but it's for the military, and there's like a few. So I got my alternator on so that we don't run the battery dry. Standby alternator, I think we keep it off, also I'm not sure. We'll check. All right, let's get it on and we'll check in a checklist. When we were off, I got the mixture like halfway back, so we don't foul spark plugs. Oh, that's pretty much all you can see here. Like you can look at all this, and it's basically like a live manual, so I think it's super cool. Oh, also there's cabin, and I always had trouble playing with this heating in Sim, but now we can do that. It's super fun actually. So yeah, depending on your financial situations, but I would totally recommend some planes from Nick, the Black Square founder. The latest edition is the Baron and the Bonanza Duo. It's like €55 for both. And they're super cool. The Dukes are also great, and the Starship is also great. So any of those three, depending what you're into, totally recommend. One cool thing here, we can plug in our headset, so it gets much quieter, and then we can. Oh, there's a click spot here, so I can adjust the sound noise cancellation. This will be like more apparent in flight. Does it have one wear and tear? It does, but it does in a sense that it has the failures, and there's global failure rate one time, and then it will fail something according to this mean time between failures. So in 1000 hours you can expect to have engine failure, or I can just arm it. There's like scheduled mode, so you can call that this is wear and tear. I'm not sure if it has like catching the bugs in here. The Aerostar from A2A does have that, so it does have some kind of wear and tear as far as the failures go. If that's satisfying to you, great. If no, then I think other planes have it a little better because you can clean them and whatnot. Don't think this one has like option to clean it. Okay, so we get our avionics master on. It gets all the radios on. Okay, it started. So we don't hear the sound from this unit because I forgot about it. I didn't set it up, so I'll set it up for the next stream, but it's not really that important. This unit is not part of the base game. This is TDS add-on, and I have TDS Pro, which means I can update the nav data. So basically what they did, they're running official Garmin trainer and hooking it up to the sim. So the Garmin trainer has all the features that the real unit does, which is amazing, but the Garmin trainer comes with pretty old navigational data. And the only way until recently to update it was to buy real navigational data from Garmin, which costs hundreds of dollars. And now they made it so that you can update with Navigraph. But it's pretty pricey, so it's great, but the price is fairly steep. Okay. I need to do two things. I need to lock my chair. So my chair has lockable wheels. So let me put it where I want it to be. lock my wheels on the chair so that I can use the pedals somewhat comfortably. I always struggle to get my chair in like a center position. What york am I using? I'm using the Ursa Minor joystick today. I've got a ton of hardware. I think it's the best joystick for PC at the moment. I mean, from the budget ones at least, because the Moza force feedback stick is probably better, but apart from Moza, I think this is the second best, and it's very cheap. So it's pretty crazy. The reason I like it because it's very soft in the center, so I can make the vibration is a little too much. Yeah, I can disable it. I disabled it. But I love it because it's so soft in the center, so I can make very fine movements. But I still have a curve on it because it was a little too twitchy in Misfits. Hang on. I don't see the port to plug my track IR. I need to make some light with my phone. So it's actually considering to setting up all of the obvious stuff on stream today, but eventually I figured that wasn't the best idea. Meow, Kitten's here, welcome. Kitten, we're on a new rig, and I also fixed my other problem. Let me explain in a second. Howdy, Kitten. Welcome, welcome. Usually funny. We'll be playing eventually. I take forever to start. So if you're fine with this, great. If you're not, then you'll need to be patient. Ollie, Seth is here. Tony, are you up early or are you up late? What time is it for you? It must be. You're like UTC plus 10, I guess, or 9. No, so it should be morning. 9:54 a.m. Saturday. All right, so you had a long sleep. I see. So Intel did crazy. All right, there's two of you. Tony. So I got a new machine for streaming, but it's not what you would expect. It's this little guy. It's this little guy, this little baby. I got the Mac Mini M4 base model. So I spent whole evening today setting up OBS, and so far so good. It worked great. One other problem I fixed recently was I disabled G-Sync on all my monitors, and this got rid of all the stutters and my weird, very low FPS. Where's the rest? What rest? What is the rest? Ain't no rest for the wicked. I know, I can explain how the whole setup is cooked up at some point if you want. But now, let me just what? Hang on, I want to show you something. Will this work? No, it doesn't work. So what I do on my mouse, on two keys, I bound keys to reset and pause tracker position, but I forgot to switch to the correct profile. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Man don't grow on trees. I should add this song to the list. There we go. So now this tracker on my head, this funny little thing that you can't even see, is tracking my head. I love this thing. Alright, I learned that you can press comma to set your altimeter. And we should be good to go soon. Except I don't remember where we need to go. And let's see. Oh, it doesn't have charts for this thing because this is very, very small private airfield. So, alright, I see I need to get my... not you. I want you. You? Oh dear, it's so cool to have two machines for streaming. Like, we could say two machines, not two PC, because it's not a PC. Alright, so we could just go straight ahead. And this is runway... Oh, that's a little small. Runway 30. Nah, let's keep it like it was. The interface scale. Where was it? Oh, it's here. I wonder what doing this. Alright, lock the parking brake. Let's have terrain on this second display. Alright, do we do the run up? Hell, let's do the run up. Parking brake set. I'm still stepping on my brakes and I'm not sure what the correct numbers are, so let's wing it. I'll set the RPM to, let's say, to 1800, so that's just the bottom of the green arc. And now we check few things. So we get our magnetos to left, and we check the left set of the magnetos and spark plugs. So it drops by 150. Go back to both. And I'm stepping on the brakes all the time, even though it's parking brake locked, because I want to have the positive control. In case it starts slipping, I can always go harder. Now to right, and we should... It's also 150, so it's... Let's wing it, Vex 2025. Yeah, so it's 150 and no difference. And now we check the propeller governor. So first So what you shouldn't do is keep it back and let it drop like to a very, very low number, because it can actually damage it. So let's say we don't go below 1200. So this is just demonstration what not to do. Oh, shoot. Let me try. Alright, let's do it all over again. So, we do the run-up. We set the prop RPM to 1800. We go magnetos to left. Check drop. It's 150 drop. Go back to both. Let it recover. Now we check the right one. It's 150 drop again. So that's with limits. Go back to both. Let's come back up, and then we'll check the propeller governor. So first I'll look for the drop in RPM to check that it's actually working, and just pull it and recover. Second thing, I'll look for the manifold pressure to rise. And third thing, I'll look for oil pressure to drop. So in twin engine, I will look for the oil pressure to go up. In single engine, I will look for the pressure to go down. And this actually simulated here pretty well. So I think this is one of at least two planes that does it correctly. Also now it actually always drops in the other ones. So that's our run up. Let's keep it the RPM around 1000-ish. So now we can line up. So I'll get our taxi lights on, landing lights on, strobe on, transponder is altimeter, and I'll get the fuel pump to low and flaps to approach. Right, parking brake released. Check the runway and approach sector. Seems to be free. Not sure if we have enough room to the left there, so... And I don't see the wing tuck, so I'm not sure what the wind is. Oh, it's so nice with the head tracking again. I figured I now have space on top of this monitor to put the tracker. So I moved it over here. Makes me very, very happy. Hang on, why is the camera looking weird? Not working. Oh, I know why, because the tracking... No, it actually... Right, I think this is the end of the runway. Just wasn't depicted correctly. Let me fix that camera because that bothers me more than it should. There we go. Right, we made it. This is turbocharged version, so I need to look to not overpressure it. So setting the throttle carefully to not go over the red line. Alright, engine instruments in the green, airspeed alive. Rotate. We didn't do the flight control check. Boo. Boo. Right. Let's climb it at like 90 knots. Positive climb. Gear up. I didn't do so many things. Alright, I didn't set my heading. I didn't do flight control check. Right, reduce power. Oh, and I didn't get the mixture full forward. Reduce prep a little and reduce mixture a little. It works. I just can't believe how good this is. Right, flaps up, fuel pump off, and lights off. The stream is so smooth, and the second machine was relatively cheap. For a computer that can actually do something. This plane is so fast. Alright, so now I can get this engine a little quieter by adjusting the noise cancellation here. I think this is a great feature. Alright, I also totally forgot what our pattern altitude should be. This plane is a rocket. What the hell? Let's get prop to 2000 RPM. The whoosh that you hear, that's the turbocharger. I don't want to be going that fast. 120 is hella fast. Also, when I tried to run all settings on Ultra, it wasn't satisfactory, so I just dropped down everything to high. Right, I think we're a little low, so let's go idle, speed check, gear down, flaps approach, fuel pump low, lights on. Let's try to keep around 90 knots. Looks good. Yeah. Trim up a little. I'll step on the runway and try to redeem my mistakes. Right, it's a little further, so we should be okay now. I'll just make a steep one turn onto final. I don't know, I really like this Baron and Bonanza. I've been flying this quite a few times in the last 2 weeks since it came out. Was 2 weeks? I think so. And I think it's really great. The Dukes are fantastic and the Starship is fantastic, but I wonder if this duo now gives the best bang for your buck. Flaps full. Right, that's not the most terrible approach. So there was a little stutter at some point. I think that's when it's loading terrain, but I don't have those stutters like every second, which used to happen before. Rolling back to idle. Whoa, narrow runway situation. I thought we were much higher than we actually were. Yikes. Oh, there's the windsock. It's over here. Whoa, it's such a pleasure to stream now. Alright, also I'm on my small rig, on my lazy rig, and when I will be streaming again from the big one, I won't use the green screen again because it just takes too much time to set it up. I'll just use this background. I think it's good enough. I'm so happy these streams run so well. Right, so let's redeem my problems. Oh, I also forgot those things. No, big rig and lazy rig. Options are nice. Yeah. So this is where I usually see it. This is my desk where I work when I do all the usual stuff. And, you know, it's just very convenient. I've got all my monitors here, everything. I can just start this up and go. The other one is a little more awkward, but it has better flight sim gear and much bigger screen, so it's much nicer to fly. But I need to go there, set up my chair, blah 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 blah. Oh, I used to also set up the green screen, which took a ton of time, so I'll ditch the green screen and just use this black background. That should make a little less difference between the two rigs. All right. So, flaps approach. Let's switch tank to right. Prop forward, mixture forward, lights on. And flight control check. The way to do that is you run, check all 4 corners. Back, full right, full forward, keeping the right, full left, full back. So you go around the edge of the square. Not like this, because you haven't checked all the 4 corners, but more like this. That's what you need to check. And if there's instructor in there, let them know, because you will inevitably bump there. And yourself. Alright, patron altitude 1100. Are we the fast plane? Should we go for the Nah, go for the small one. Right, anything you want to see, let me know. I don't have a plan, so I can show you anything you want to see. Rocking brake list. I'll step on the brake this time and send the power first. Although some more powerful planes, the brakes might just not hold it. Alright, there it is. Aerobatic plane? It's not a aerobatic plane. Airspeed alive. Rotate. Accelerate to 90. Climb. Positive climb. Gear up. $200 reduce power. Let's try to go 25. It's 25 on manifold pressure, 25 give or take, and also roll the mixture a little back. Lights off, flaps up, fuel pump off. Alright, that's much better. Wow, sweet and smooth, and nothing less from this guy. I see. Geez, we're approaching altitude already. AKF. So let me roll back the throttle already, because we're on speed as well. Now, because I didn't forget to set the heading this time, I can just look and have this at 90 degree, give or take. Normally you would also like to correct for the wind, which we don't have now. So there's the airfield. This plane is hella fast. Is everything sounding right? Does everything sound right? Does everything look right? If you have any complaints, please let me know. So far I haven't noticed all too much, except me forgetting that I left you on Navigraph. I need to get my Stream Deck set up, and that'll be great. I'm on a 4K 32-inch screen, so the instruments are readable for me, looking and sounding good. Thank you, OG. I always wonder if you're Lockpin and OGs because the name was taken, but now we're OG for everyone. It's just roll us off the tongue very nicely. I realized replying to you today in Discord, we were just Lockpin, and I mentioned you as OG. Oops. Anyway, I like. Music is stronger than the plane, but that's okay with me. I think that's fine. So I don't see the runway itself, but the runway is over here, but I see the building. What's the smart person above me said? Oh, I see. I just don't like the noise, you know? Alright, I think that's bearable. Oh, so it's over there. Right, actually, don't need to go idle. Speed check, gear down. Flaps approach. Lights on, fuel pump low. Let's roll to that base. I think we're pretty far right now. Just this plane is so fast. Uh-oh. Ah, it's over there. Alright, this pattern is way too wide. Oh, now we're just rolling. That's too late. I love supporting stream, but I hate missing out on aviation action. Oh no! Shall I change it to the pre-roll? Like, either option is bad. Pre-roll bad, mid-roll bad. Speed check, flaps full. There's one way to fix that. Oh. It's over. Alright, you haven't missed all that much. I just don't know what to choose. The pre-roll ad or bad, the mid-roll ad or bad. Either way it's bad. Right, we are way too low. So because I made this pattern so wide, I think in this plane we just need two-turn pattern. The four-turn pattern is way too wide. I imagine cheapskate. No worries, it's fine. Shall I change that to the adds to the pre-roll? Will that make you happier? Or I can change it every other stream. One stream pre-roll, one stream mid-roll. I don't know. I just don't know. Slowly around idle. I remember this is our runway in time. Right. Go again. Flaps approach. Make sure to not sink and not hit the runway. Oh no, I forgot to roll those things forward. Boo. It was going so great when I was flying off stream. And now I'm forgetting things. Alright, let's go somewhere. I'll get this autopilot off. So the way you do that is we first get the flight director on. Look if the pitch synchronized. So it's okay. Get the autopilot on. And happy. The only problem about having these two machines is that now I have two sets of keyboards and two sets of my mouse. Well, two mice, two keyboards. And that doesn't leave too much room for my iPad that I used to use for ForeFlight. So we'll see about that. I'll manage it. So let's see where we are. Map settings. Topo. Where do we go? We're basically here. That was the area of nice weather. Wait. I got this altitude all wrong. Let's go 8,500. So I started using this for my charts because I can use it in VR. No, I think the magenta ones are towered and the blue ones are untowered, or the other way around. There seems to be something big in here. KPHX. Oh, that's Phoenix. Nah. Let's go this one. Kinui. Killing the November whiskey. So, direct. Actually, we can just click on this. Waypoint. Direct. Activate. Basically on Garmin, if you hit direct enough times, it will get you where you want. Double check the CDIs on GPS. And hit the direct again. And now nav. Right, desired track 310. Let's set it up. Alright, cabin's a little cool, so we'll get our heater on. Oh, there's no heater here. It just heats from the engine. I think that's visualized really great. So first you have this valve here that controls how much warm air goes into the cabin. This little valve over here, I'm controlling it with this knob. And then we have, alright, so it goes in here always, but then we have also defrosters and the cabin. So that goes in the aft cabin, defroster, and there's also... No, that's all. So there's only 2 of them. Right. Whoa! Who forgot the flaps and why? Unbelievable. I think this plane just rolls at 25 and we just need to bump this power all the way up. So let's go 28. I could actually open the manual, but I think I can't be bothered today. And let's try to lean it. Right, the cable is still hitting, but I'll close this a little. So it's showing this with the colors. This is great. So now lean finder. So it first starts showing something when it drops, I think, about more than 100 from the initial value. Sorry, when it rises. Now it's looking for the peak. Right, I think we're past the peak and now we want minus 50 on the ridge side. Alright, I'm gonna go with that. Easy, easy peasy. Cool. So you can now trace some IFR. So we go here, back, procedure, RI approach. Uh-oh, there's only VRR, GPS, LNAV plus V. That's interesting. VR, GPS, LNAV, V. Transition, actually. So let's go from... this is pretty far, I think. No, let's go for this freezy. We can always check it later. Load approach. Up here, and on the second unit I'll switch to our flight plan so we can see what's going on. AJ, with the resap, with the hack. Welcome back, AJ. I'm also back. You're back. How are you doing? How was the event? I'm a little puzzled what that was about. Welcome. I'll show my little baby. So we are streaming Well, the game is running on the gaming PC, but the OBS is running on this little baby. I'm so happy. I got it second hand and it's doing the job. How are we doing, AJ? When do we play again? It's been a while. You busy, me busy, everyone busy. I hope you're doing good. Let's try to get back to that. Still busy from the event, we'll back soon streaming. Nice. Activate approach. No worries. I hope the event is fun. It looks pretty fun. Oh. Cute emotes together. Yeah. The AG cats are awesome. Again, there's some smudge on my glasses. I figured the glasses are very well suited to cover the black patches under my eyes. Yay, we're going to fly. Yeah, we're flying. Uh-oh. But that's why it was going so slow. This pilot is having a moment. You're flying this beauty. Look at me. Very, very similar. Very similar. So I found the problem. Alright. It's not my best day. I'm forgetting everything. But when I was flying off stream, I wasn't forgetting everything all the time, so... Stream definitely does make it a little more difficult. Thank you. Let's go, cat lovers. Yeah. We need to go Valo again. I'll message you and we can play Valo. It's been a while. I was feeling pretty zero energy for the last 2 months, and then like 2 weeks ago something clicked and I'm like back in action. I feel the need to do things, so we can play again. Right, we'll go back map over here, and I need my charts. What do you mean no approach charts? Yeah, there we go. No, flashbang, invert colors. Oof. Cool. Zoom in. Alright, I'll slow down a notch so that we're at least in the green arc. Alright, Renidberg Regional, VR runway 11. VR or GPS. Oh, so we can do it in GPS as well. Right, frequency is VR 112.6. That's its pre-tuned. Final approach course 106. I'm misplaying 2. Let's play soon 193. Alright. 6,200. That's what? I think that's it here. Final approach fix. MD conditional 5340, air elevation 4911, 9,000 the highest. I'm just speed rank for this. Miss approach climb to 6,000, climb grinder 7,000 direct. Indian Rubber Whiskey VR and halt. I got nobody to play with. What do you play? What do you play again? Ah, look, there's the DME arc. Play flight sim. I see. I'm a little hit or miss. So went to Friesli, but we should have gone to Isa. So let's change that. I hope we can We can still change it in time. Transition is Isaac. Load and activate. Home. Map. Join us, play Valo. Yeah, Valo is cool. I didn't think I will enjoy it. It seemed pretty scary. Oh, it doesn't have the GPS thingy for that. No, it actually does. It draws the archer. Cool. I'm not willing to give a phone number to a Chinese company. I see. That's justified. Alright, we'll go from ISA, initial approach fix. Not that it's in brackets, which means it's database fix. It's not a fix. See you AJ. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Lovely to see you. Post more photos from the event. Enjoy the event. I hope it's cool. I don't have a phone anyway. Whoa, that's dedication. Alright, so we go from Isaac. It's a database fix because it's in the brackets, which means ATC may not know it by the name. So the names in brackets are only for the database, not to be spoken on the radio. Which is interesting that the initial approach fix is in the brackets. So I'm a little confused here. Alright, that's 10 mile DME arc at 8100. Actually our sector, so we should be 9000 now. Still have time? Still have time. Let's go now test 500. So engage vertical speed and boom, 1000. Alright, then at distance 10. So again, this is database fix. Oh, actually, I've also joined overhead the viewer and did the procedure turn. That's pretty cool over here. So from here we can descend 6200 and then we have our final approach fix at distance 3.8 and there's 3.07 degree glide path. No, that's FPA flight path angle. Miss approach points at distance 3.8 from the VOR. No, sorry, final approach fix is at the VOR. Right, leveling off here. And miss approach, climb straight ahead 6000, then right turn 7000 to the VOR. And MDA 5340. 5340 conditional. What's the condition? Straight in landing. Alright. So leave it like here. It's a little too small to see everything. 5340. Right. I can almost see my mom's car from here. Really? Really? Look at this canyon. Is that a joke? Or are you serious? I don't know. Right, the bottle today is not yellow, so I can safely drink that. Maybe not, but it's a nice view. Is that Canyon Grand? It's not small. I don't think it's grand, but it's definitely interesting. Awesome, I now have 4 days off, so I'm really hoping I can do some IRL and more flying. Don't judge canyon sizes here. Yeah, we don't judge canyon sizes here. So I used to fly with this small unit 650 in a VFR plane, and it's super awkward. Like the big one is so much easier to use. The small unit is just so awkward. Alright, that's distance 7 miles. So I think we'll reduce speed a little. So let's go 2020. I'll keep the mixture as it was. It shouldn't get worse when we're reducing power. There we go. So on the side of the canyon is the way the river flows. I mean, it always flows down. Oh look, there's a little canyon. And the big canyon, and they join somewhere later. I get super bothered by those stitches in the satellite imagery. Like this seriously bothers me. And now I'm getting those stutters again. I think it's just my CPU not being up to the task. This? Terrible. Look at this rail line. That's pretty amazing. Such a big terrain, 0 houses. It must be interesting in the US. Alright, so we are joining the arc. I totally forgot to align that. Let's tune the VR on the secondary as well. On 126. Actually, we can just have it here. So the HSI is following the GPS, and you can see bearing to our VR here. So when we are flying the arc, the yellow needle from the VR should always point straight right, give or take wind correction. And when I smoothly start modifying the course, you'll see this desired track is just changing continuously. So that is super interesting. Well, maybe it's not. And we can descend 8,000. Also, if we're a VFR flight, we can still request the procedure. I'll reduce power here on the descent. Yeah, I'm really bothered by this satellite imagery. I wonder if for the next edition, what they could do is run for the AI through the dataset. Ben Vanat, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. We're flying this little baby. Streaming from this little baby. I mean, this is the sim machine. Sorry, the stream machine where the OBS runs, and my flight sim runs on my beefy PC. 1,000 to go, and we are now doing this approach, so following the ME arc here. I now really like the idea of using the charts here on this unit, but it's a little small in the sim, so that's challenging. So what I was saying, now for this edition, they run the AI through the whole dataset and detected where the rocks are, where the cliffs are, blah blah blah, and manage objects for that. But I think what they can do for the next edition is run dataset on the whole imagery and detect, like, is the field, is the desert, is this, is it that, and like put this information into the, I don't know, AI result, and then run the AI to recreate it. See what I mean? It's kind of like when you tell me a story and then I retell that story, fixing your errors, hopefully, or making it worse. So what I envision is they run the whole satellite imagery through the AI, and then AI is recreating that imagery, but basically getting rid of all of the stitches. So everything will look uniform, but still keep the character. Have the roads where they should be, have the houses, like all the cool little things. I think it's technically possible. This is how it gets Skynet. Yeah. I'm waiting till the like. I'm not worried about the Skynet. I'm more curious about the day when we realize the technology that we built is conscious, like us, and turning it off is like killing a human being, if you know what I mean. It's just, we don't have the tools to tell which is which, and that I think is pretty interesting. Right, we're on the DME arc, we're closing in on the place where we'll turn final. So see that the yellow needle is always on the right. So that will be 09 right. So I'll set that up already here. 09 right. So that's 100 less 2 clicks. So that's 100, 2 clicks less. And I'll just keep rolling, heading by 10 degrees maybe. When that happens, it will happen fast, probably. Well, at least we got enough fast with ChatGPT and all the other AIs to get the regulators on board, and they're actually putting in some regulations that actually make sense. So at least that's going pretty well. And again, the lawmakers are always behind, but they're less behind than they could have been. I think they're catching up pretty nicely. All those problems that popped up, like getting all the artwork in or getting all the data in, people were unhappy about that, and regulators jumped on pretty swiftly. I'm really impressed how it's flying this arc. Alright, so now we're rolling on our final approach course, and we'll descend 6,200. Can I descend now? I think we would normally be established, so let's descend. I think we should have... like... There's a limit how much you can do. I don't remember what it was. Right, let's do 1000 feet per minute, so... Actually, we have all this distance, so I don't need to rush this so much. And the outbreak is here. Let's go. I got all these cool things for you. We've got the blurbs, the Tanja. Feel free to use that.
¿Por qué?
Oh, that's loud. I think I'll move the blurb a little higher. It gets in the way. Or is it in a good spot? LOL, yeah. Porky. Okay. Why? 1,000 to go. So that will take us 2 minutes, and we've got how much time until next one? Nobody knows. 5 miles. And we're doing 2 miles. Alright, so we're gonna make it. Even though I have ways to calculate that, There is simply no times and no freehand, so we need to do mental math anyway. That is over. Alright, so we're just descending to our final approach fix here at the VR. Math is just calculations. Actually, I'll keep this engine in the green. I think I can roll down the RPM a little more. Let's keep it at the minimum of both green arcs and let's see where that gets us. So I want to fly this in this LNAV VNAV because I haven't done that on this kind of approach. So it's VR or GPS. I think that's super interesting. P3340. Right, I need some kind of scratch pad to note down those numbers. So we'll start using ForFlight soon enough. Today I had enough things, so I didn't bother to get the ForFlight up and running. I were in a descent, that's why we were going so fast. Alright. Fuel pump on, lights on, speed check, flaps approach, speed check gear down. We'll add some power. Activate the approach. I mean, arm the approach. So the approach is armed. And now it's 106. Alright, and it's capturing the light path. 5340. I like to have this number in view, 5340. Alright, the speed is nice here. Final check. Prop forward. Mixture forward. Alright. Gas. Right. Parking brake is off. Boost on. Carb heat not existent. Gas selected. Fuller tank. Undercarriage dark green. Mixture forward. Prop forward. Switches. Seat belts. Fasten seat belts on. Alright. That's a little late. Now we're a little too fast. $100 to go. Alright, that's MDA, so I need to see that sooner. There we go. So click that once, click that twice. 1 for autopilot off, 2 for flight director off. Now it's showing us a little low. Oh, I actually felt like we were fine. We were super fast, so I'm rolling back. Alright, idle now. Pull, pull, pull. This runway is so narrow. There we go. That was smooth. Gently step on those brakes. Flaps up. Fuel pump off. It does take a moment to slow down this plane. Actually, I'll keep my default zoom a little more in. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. Now let's make it 5 clicks. And save that as my default view. I wish the field of view was more consistent between the planes. Like there was actually a one that's always kept. Oh, there's Alpha 4. I got the Black Square taxiways from 2024, and that's, I think, where the sign is coming from. Whatever that was. Oh, it was shadow from this thing. Right. Strobe off. Unique light off. Transponder standby. Let's go to those hangars here. 1 hour 40 only. I'm feeling so tired already. Right, we'll park here and we'll change the plane. So, parking brake is set. Oh, it's a little too warm in here. Let's get that all closed off. Transponder off. I can't get those guys off. These I can. So normally you would get all the radios off, like by their individual switches. I can't get those guys off, so how many planes to choose from? Oh. I don't know the number. It's a lot. It's more than I want to admit. Taxi light off, forgot about that. And there's also this band blower to circulate faster. Avionics off. Alternators off. Mixture cut off. Magnetos off. Beacon off. Nav light off. Battery off. Alright, not terrible. He looks a little funny. You can also run. Why I can't zoom in? There's the photo mode, but I forgot the keybind. Shift V. Oh, there we go. Also, I think this photo mode actually looks pretty cool. Bought too many planes. Alt F4. Yes. Yes. I'm pretty happy that I don't have too much obvious problems. Well, the only problem I had was living on Navigraph. Anyway, we also have the AI. It's pretty cool. I can ask the AI something. Let's see if it works. It's thinking. It's thinking.
Vexfreeze asked me, what are the traits of superior pilots? Superior pilots possess a combination of exceptional skills and characteristics, such as acute situational awareness, precise hand-eye coordination, strong decision-making abilities, and the capacity to remain composed under pressure. They also exhibit a keen understanding of their aircraft, pay meticulous attention to detail, and continuously seek to improve through training and experience. They are, in essence, the opposite of you.
Perfect. Great summary. I think they only exist in fairy tales. Alright, let's go to main menu. I'll show the planes. It's probably not even all that I've bought, because some of them I just didn't download. It's this many. A lot of them come from the base game, but a lot of them I've bought either. Yeah, that's what I've heard, that they have cute situational awareness. So that's the one I have most hours in real life. It's actually pretty nice simulated. That's the one I've been flying this year, my one and only 1.5 hour from my renewal. I wanted to do the renewals this year, but well, things got a little out of hand, so I pushed it in next year. I've got the Type helicopters, which I've never tried. We can try them in VR, that would be amazing. You're right, there's a few. I mean, the Aerostar is great from A to A. Anyway, what I was planning to fly today is the Aeropract by Godfriends. It's been released recently and it's absolutely amazing. So some of them I've bought and never flew, which is sad. One day I'm tempted to do the Stream Only Ends when I fly all the planes I own, but I feel I may die before I do that. People just don't live that long. Yeah, the Vixen. So it's made by the Ukrainian company, and they somehow still operate and do the business. I'm not sure if where the planes are manufactured, they may or may not be manufactured in Poland or Ukraine. I'm not actually sure, but they are still selling them. They're also making the military version right now. The UCAV, Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicle. I hope it's installed. Is it? This TOL is into Offensive Force in German. Oh, is it? I didn't know about that. The warm air hitting my nose from the computer makes me a little sniffly. Funny how small the world is. Yeah, you can't be further than 20,000 kilometers from anyone. So that's how far you can go without leaving this spinning rock in space. Seems like a large number, but because there's a bounce to it, the more comfortable you get with it. It's not actually that far. So I like this variant, the analog with GTN, and I think I like this livery. No, I like this livery. Back in having Mrs. Vixen 10 German people. There's always some words that are normal words in other language that are weird in some other language, so I wouldn't be bothered. New upgrade. Great, we'll get it later. Where do we fly? Any wishes? It's getting a little late in the US. That's not something I see very often, this getting lit. So, the running joke is, this area here. Hang on. Slow. This area here is Great Plains, and there is Kansas here, and Kansas has this town called Wichita, and I hear they make Great Plains because that's where Cessna is based. True story. I've been there. Have you? I've never been there. My buddy has been there for a training on Cessna. Reading, not to be confused with reading. I think we can go to Reading. GA small. We are small. Basically, we are very small.
Kitten Airlines asked me, where should we fly the Vixen? Ah, the age-old question of where to fly an aircraft named after a cunning creature. If it were up to me, I'd suggest taking the Vixen on a journey that challenges your, shall we say, developing skills. Perhaps a scenic route over the Swiss Alps, or maybe the unpredictable weather patterns of the North Atlantic. Just try not to crash.
Interesting. I think the AI is a little too loud, but the other things from Tanja are not too loud, so I'll try to get just the AI from Tanja a little quieter.
Three hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Yeah, the AI is smart ass. Oh, look, we can do the pre-flight here. Well, we'll just remove the thingies. I think you can move this here. Yeah, so we can make the five-year-old TikTok trend. Can you hear my whistle? Oh, we can. I forgot the tones. They has you if it wants you to fly it in the Alps. I love the Alps. I mean, you just stick to the valleys. Oh, it's 1 a.m. over here. Great. My back hurts. Of bush pilot runways in Alaska would be challenged. Oh, Alaska seems like a nice place. Why is the world so big? I want to go everywhere and live everywhere and fly everywhere. It's not gonna happen. This thing's stall speed is 20 knots. Well, it's marked as 32, I think, on full flaps. And it's like 30, 33? Clean? Yeah, so that's pretty low. Not a challenge for this thing. For this thing, challenge is getting there because it's not very fast. I think it's real well done. Oh, look at this. My prayers have been answered. So the way this works, this magnetic compass, it basically shows, well, the magnetic field. Right, and the magnetic field north indicates magnetic north. But it's not that easy because the plane itself has its magnetic field of two kinds. One is the fixed one, and the second one is, well, let's call it dynamic. Basically, when you rotate the plane in the magnetic field, depending on its position in the magnetic field of Earth, it like induces another field in the plane. On top of the plane having its own fix, like the plane itself is a magnet, but it also, because it's a metal, chunk of metal, it being in some position in the Earth magnetic fields also generates some variable magnetic field. Or maybe that's because of the currents running in the wires. there's some interaction. So those two fields generate some error, and then that's why the magnetic compass doesn't show you the actual magnetic field direction, and you just run and check what it's showing instead of what it's supposed to be showing, and you make this table. So to fly heading 240, you should have 235 on here. And they actually bothered. So on most of the planes, they have like 0, 1 or 0, 1 degree deviation here. That's called magnetic deviation, I think. Is it? Or is it the... compass deviation. Yes, variation is something else, and this is the deviation. Cool, that's deviation. But in real planes, a little more than 1, like 5 is pretty reasonable, like 5 or 7, maybe even 10, but let's say 5 is cool. So the highest here is 5, which makes me very happy. And you can see those numbers are all different, like there is 2 degree off on north heading, but on south heading it's 3 degree off. So it's because of this variable field. So that's super nice. All right, I'll zoom it in a little. I think I like that. I actually need some plugin that will show me the field of view, so I can set the same field of view between each plane. Let me take a note. I wonder if it exists already. Very nice. Yes. My throat is getting a little dry. Not cool. I have to admit, this streaming setup now is very calming. Like, I actually not stressed, and the PC is not dying trying to stream and game. So it has been a good decision to get this second machine. And again, as I mentioned, it has been relatively cheap. Even ever done a water landing? No. Must be cool. I've done a lot of water sports. I've got yachting license. I did it a few years ago. I love sailing. AC Cole is here. Good morning, AC. I hope you've slept well. AC, that Halloween creation and the role playing and the voice. OMG, it was awesome. How you doing? Nice to see you. Hey everyone. Hey Kiden. Hey AC. All the legends. I got a new little streaming machine, so I now have a gaming machine on my beefy PC, and I got this little baby for streaming for OBS, and it actually works pretty well. I am so happy. It makes it so much easier, and everything is running so much smoother. I honestly didn't think it will be such a big difference. Look, it's so small. It's very small. I mean, it's a little chunky, but it's small. You get the idea. It's turning into a real Apple user needs to show his superior device on every occasion. It's just cool. So I wasn't into Apple for a long time, and I got the MacBook Air last year, and I've actually been using it a ton just on the couch, and it's super nice and works very well. So I thought, well, the thing is that the Windows PC are very pricey, and the thing I bought was very, well, relatively, I don't know, maybe I'm imagining things, but it's super quiet, it's super nice, and it's super small. So yeah, and Apple isn't pricey. I mean, it's the cheapest base model from last year, and I got it secondhand, so I paid 2/3 of a listed price. So I think I paid like 450 euro. I think 450 euro for a computer that can run OBS without breaking a sweat. That's not bad. So it's not that pricey if you buy the cheapest model secondhand. Yeah, that's the trick. That's my trick. But it looks pretty much like almost new. The guy had it for a year and barely used it, so. I'm also happy because I like learning things. 2 to 2, there's 2 hours. Wisebot is killing it with the numbers here. I'm super happy. I do pay them like €5 sub for the Wisebot, but I'm really liking it. And I can code it, so it's fun. I don't have Apple, but I can't deny results. So I think until they started the M series, the Silicon processor into 2020, I think until then it was a little wonky. Also, I heard it was pretty good. But I think ever since this M series processor, they're absolutely killing it. Like, it's super efficient. It doesn't heat up basically at all compared to the normal PC. My laptop doesn't have a fan. That was the main reason I got it, because I'm so tired of all these fan noises. So I got this fanless laptop so I can watch streams or just chill in silence, and it's amazing. Oh, and there's that in 30 seconds. Let's roll that now, and then we'll start things up. Is it 1.5 minutes? Oh, it is. All right, let's roll now. It's rolling. Maybe you should switch to the pre-rolls only. I don't know. So confused. I set up only one scene for today. I prefer no ads at all. Yeah, me too, but I don't have that option, and it puts me in a position when I need to choose one or the other. I need a tablet for general reading and video watching like that. Yeah. Actually, I have Kindle for reading. I got myself recently Kindle Paperwhite, the recent model, because it has a night mode. And the night mode is a game changer for me, because I can read in bed before sleep, and it doesn't have that effect of looking at the phone. You can get one on Temu for $10. Oh, I never get anything from Temu. Temu. So you've got a, let me say it again. I've got my stream manager from Twitch, which is showing a lot of information, including the ads. But I have it very far, so I think I need to bring this ad information closer. I'd gotten a cheap tablet before, and it could barely run the web browser. Yeah, they age very quickly. I know what you mean. I totally know what you mean. How do I arrange this thing? I think I will think about this later. Alright, let's start this baby. The interesting thing here is the main power. Well, the electrical master looks like that, and it's not the starter, so that's a little funny. Also, the brakes are a little weird because they're a lever. The cool thing about it is if you move the throttle, you can't have the brakes and the throttle at the same time. I think that's real clever. Here's the trim, parking brake valve. We probably need the brake on and then the parking brake. I'm not sure how that works. Alright. Let's move on. Nav light on, strobe on. Lane A and lane B. So that's basically our magnetos. There's a catch here. There's fuel valves over here. All the brakes for nothing. All the brakes. And we can start it up. I wonder where the choke is. Oh, it's injected so it doesn't have the choke. Start power, and then we can hit the starter. Or maybe not. Now we have the start power. Oh, I keep clicking it for some reason. Oh, it just keeps going off. Uh-oh. Let's get the fuel pumps on as well. Do we even have fuel? We have half fuel. Now it's started. And start power off. Cool. Everything's master on. Flex cool data brake to safety. Most likely, as long as there is something safe in gliding distance. I'm not the glider pilot for nothing. Get this started. It has the autopilot here, which is a little funny. Right. Get this on, get the map on. Make sure this matches up. So we are 3, 4, 5. Like -3. Something like that. No, wait. +3. If it's showing 397, then we are 330, so I need to add 3. So 358. I think that's the spot. Totally haven't looked what the place looks like. There's the runway. There's puppy lights. Oh, there's the runway. Right. Totally not. Parking brakes off. Totally not going to the tag. Keeps spawning the tags for no reason. Do we have some taxi lights? We do. So we'll do short field takeoff. Let's do it. Normally I would start rolling with flaps up and then drop the full flaps as we're accelerating. But here I just won't have time for that. Non-clicks on, wigwag. Wigwag just blinks it left and right, so it's easier to notice you. See, it's left or right. Wigwag, wigwag. so it's much easier to spot you. There's no strobe lights here. Oh, there is strobe lights. We just had them off on all the time for some reason. So I'll get the flaps to full. The flap handle is over here. This thingy. Built-in BMW mode. What do you mean? No blinkers allowed. Right. Stop it. Full power. Ready, steady, go. Airspeed alive. Oh. Alright, I could have rotated much earlier. I just didn't see that wide arc. Let's try it again. Oh. Alright, from this altitude I would just laid straight ahead. There's not enough room to make 180. That wouldn't be safe at all. It's much easier to fly with the track IR, so I've been missing out not using it on this lazy setup. Right, that's the curve, don't worry about. Because we have a creep up from behind on high beams. Oh yeah, they do. They do that. So let's try to rotate that to 30. I think 30 is pretty safe. There we go. That's pretty short. Maybe that soft will take off with the full flaps. Right, flaps up. Can get those lights off. Yay. Now this engine is a little loud. I think there is some headset plug to like make it quieter, but I forgot where it is. Airborne and flying free. Yes, we are. So I'll just get the sim quieter. I think that's pretty okay now. Middle first switch on the left. Oh, say thank you. Now that's super duper sweet, yeah. But it doesn't have this adjustment. I think that's super clever in the black square, that I can adjust the amount of noise cancellation. Because many people were not happy that it was making it too quiet. So I think having it adjustable is just great. So top of the green arc here, and we are cruising 110 knots. That's pretty fast for a small little plane like that. In the black square, run out of battery. Or the headphone. How do you charge it, or how do you change the batteries? I actually have the spare batteries in my, because I also have in real life noise cancelling headset, and I have the spare batteries in my headset bag. I don't know where you are, but this place is pretty nice. Where have you spawned? I totally forgot. Yeah, the sim is running pretty nicely. Killing this G-Sync and having OBS on second machine. Oh, that works great. Also, the stream is not framey at all. because I'm using the same technique I recommended to Boozy to get my screen capture to the other machine. And I know Boozy sometimes it becomes framey for him, but I don't think it's framey for us. You have to change the simulated headset batteries? I think so, yes. Wow. Yeah, they're making it pretty nice. The Nick who's doing that. He's amazing. Also, we're getting like 113 knots. It's pretty fast. I'll roll it back to 5000 RPM. Also, it's engine RPM, not the proper RPM. There is a reduction gear, and the proper RPM is way lower. I don't know what the factor is. It's like 2 point something, I think. 2.1, 2.2 maybe. I can never remember. Oh, we are at the White Lake. Now I remember. It's at the White Lake. So it's having these massive stutters whenever it's loading the new terrain. But it's still way better than it was, especially when I was streaming. I tried to install today plugin to OBS so I can have the round corners, but it's giving me some installation errors, so I'm not sure how to get that running. I'll figure it out. It's so nice over here. Wow, the lake. Apple hates nature, that's why it gets scared for a second. Maybe. The plugin was open source, so first it was giving a warning that it's unverified, but then I can skip it, but then it was getting some installation error and wasn't giving me any information of what that is. So maybe it has added the plugin. Or maybe it has deleted the thing, I don't know. Let me see. No, I don't have that plugin. There's this little islands here. Also, I had the realization. So, for all the time, I've been running the music from a YouTube video and just capturing the audio. And I realized it's a no copyright music. And I also, whenever I upload this to YouTube, I do link them, and we also have the music command. So this satisfies all the requirements they have. And I realized I can just download the music from YouTube. So I save the music as MP3 and OBS just playing the music file without having to run the YouTube video somewhere in the background, taking the resources for no reason. And this lo-fi geek music, I've been using it for years now, and I really like it. So, most of lo-fi is AI music anyway, so no honor to copy strike. It might be AI music, I wouldn't be surprised, because when I tried to generate myself, it sounded very similar. But it's cool. But I got, maybe not a copyright strike, but sometimes there's like a claim on Twitch or on YouTube. I think I don't remember which one I got, but one time it was just some podcast, and I think they had their content ID on the podcast, but didn't realize that it also code the song that they were playing, which is no copyright. So that is funny. On Twitch it's easy because you just click that you confirm you have the rights and it goes away. On YouTube, well, on YouTube there is no way to get around that. They just give you option to try to cut out the music from the video, and it either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't work, then you have to cut out the part of the video altogether. I'll slow down and we'll go into this pocket, but when we slow down we have much narrower, much smaller radius of turn. So I don't want to go in fast here because I might not be able to turn out of here. Kawi love, I was expecting J-pop. Yeah, it's kind of like Japanese influence, but it's really cool. I like it. I can't actually even fly it as slow as it can fly. Let's try to fly it slowly. I'll get the flaps. I think halfway is enough. So let's try to fly it at what? We can have full flaps and we can fly it at 30 knots. It's just, I don't think it still doesn't have enough drag. So in the update they added more prop drag, but I still think it's not nearly enough because we have very low power setting at full flaps and very slow speed. I would expect to be much higher power at this point. So now flying with the track air again. Right, maybe I need a little more power too. Auditory, hello, how are you doing? What time is it for you? Calling to real life ultra pilot sports streamer that I watch, it's perfect now. Oh, is it? Okay. Sounds good. I see this engine simply has a lot of power, so you don't need that much to sustain this slow flight. Right there, a cabin by the lake and a plane with pontoon skids. The Honda's pontoon skids. Did you ask what time is it for me? Yes, 6:45 p.m. Wow, that's pretty late. When is Baines coming up? Are we gonna raid Baines? Alright, I can hold up for 30 more minutes. My tongue is getting all... how do you call it? I just stumble on my words. I miss some traveling, but it takes so much time to get to some nice place. And outdoor tourist, my time zone. I see. So in my hometown, it just took like 30 or 60 minutes to get a place like this. A little more crowded, not the wilderness. Seeing grinding, trying to finish my CFI, TPs here and non-existent in the booked way out. Oh, good luck. Must be an adventure. I'm regretting I didn't do instructor training because it would have been a good experience and would probably keep me flying, but I didn't feel that confident when I was still doing my time building. So when I had like 100 hours, I didn't feel nearly confident enough to be instructor. I think I got the confidence when I hit these 200 hours that's required for commercial. After all this training, I think I was pretty confident then. But well, then it was too late. The money was gone, and and the time was also gone. And I do what I don't. Yeah, I see what you mean. I can honestly say that watching all the flight sim streams has helped me with that confidence, because when I'm watching, there's always something I'm not sure about or I want to research more, and I just keep googling, reading, searching, learning. So the last 5 years watching the flight sim streamers, that has been a lot of learning for me. Right. I'm not sure if we can do 180 here, so. Nice, we actually can. Added full power just in case, so that we don't lose airspeed and don't stall it. So seriously, last 5 years of watching flight sim streams has really raised my confidence and general knowledge level. The bad part is I forgot all the numbers I needed for the exams. Also all the ones that I should know from top of my head. So I need to make some cheat sheet and just go over and over and over. I think we can zip around this peak. It looks pretty interesting. Actually. Oh, outer terrain. I haven't told you yet. So I now have new small baby for streaming. So the game is running on the gaming PC, the beefy one, and then the OBS is running on this little baby. And it runs so well. I'm so happy. Okay. Oh. Sarah is pretty nice. Reminds me of my hometown, although the mountains are a little taller and a little angrier, like they have more angles. Tick, I have my MacBook Air. Yay, you too. I use for school and watching you on right now. Nice. Unless you come to like the Apple product. Same here, same here. You get a euro every time you mention an aluminium cube. You would be rich. That's the plan. Alright, now I'm feeling a little lost here. So let's slow down again. So rolling to idle. Right, the speed rolls off pretty nicely. Alright, it's not as fun as I thought it would be. Get that power back again. I'll get flaps too. We'll get flaps to the middle position. Don't think it makes sense to have full flaps. It just gives extra drag and doesn't help our low speed situation. So I got this MacBook Air last year and I wasn't expecting much, but I came to love it. Also watch streams on it all the time. It's super cool. This area is so nice. Is Bane's gonna stream today? I need to check this. So in theory, if I leave it like that, it shouldn't stall. I still need to use my rudder to at least keep it in turn. It will be like slip or skid, but I can keep constant bank. What we don't want is to bank on its own and get us out into the spiral. Your B is on if you want to run. Nah, I can take it. So I'm not touching the stick now. I'm just using my rudder to keep it in constant bank. Now so basically in real aircraft I would need to hold the yoke so it doesn't move. In a stick plane I can just hold it with my legs. In a yoke plane I'm not sure. I'll just check Baines' announcements. He's gonna be up. Because I very rarely have a chance to raid him, so it would be super nice. But I honestly don't remember if he's gonna be up today or not. I think he's not gonna be up today. Right, this is pretty cool. Like my hands are here. So in theory, when it's streamed, it shouldn't stall on you, no matter what. Like it will go up and down, but it shouldn't stall. So I can, in theory, just fly it with my rudder pedals, but we'll find ourselves in a lot of sleep and skid. So that's interesting. It just shows me how much I'm over controlling it when I fly normally. I try to keep it in parameters. Again, back to the basics. The goal is to look at the attitude indicator and keep that dot in same position. Take a sip. Ooh. Run out. It's almost sunset. I need to try this in real plane. Just flying with the rudder. Of course, I will have my hand in position to take the stick or the yoke in case the plane is misbehaving. But it should in theory not stall with just trim. And then I can control where it goes with the rudder. Granted, it will still have a lot of slip and skid. Let's trim it all the way back. So it will be, is it called porpoising? I think it is called porpoising. Well, it's a small trim movement, so it's not porpoising too much. That's interesting. And it won't stall. Why have I never thought about this? So usually this slow flight I'm struggling because I'm trying to overcorrect it all the time. But, well, it seems the solution is just not disturb it too much. Right, let's see where we can go. Direct, nearest airport. There's 085, closest. 14 miles, is that how far we have gone? So 40 miles, flying 35 knots. It's gonna take us like 20 minutes. All right. So what I'm doing now is I'm trimmed the Addis over. So I'll say it again. I'm trimmed all the way back, just steering with my pedals, and it will not stall because I'm not actively pulling. I try to set the power so that we can maintain 3,000 feet, give or take. And I selected the closest airfield, Oscar 85. Now with our current ground speed of whooping 41 knots, it's gonna take 20 minutes? Actually, it should show us somewhere. I don't have that field selected. I think I can set it up. Change user fields. No, it didn't work. So let's just change this one. And what's the one called? Like, what's it called? Almost. ESA en route self altitude. Oh, I didn't know it has that field. Estimated overall ETA at destination. ETE. ETE to next waypoint and ETE to destination. So I think that's next waypoint. Nice. I can verify that. I can just add something after it in the flight plan. Right, Miss Daisy, airplane stay. Yeah. It's actually pretty fun. Well, I don't think we need full flaps, so I'll lower the flaps. Sorry, I'll get the flaps up because it's just giving us a lot of drag for nothing. So we'll be going a little faster, but burning a little less fuel. So if we go to flight plan and add waypoint. I just remember this from the top of my head. So if you go back to map now, so it's still showing the ETE to the next waypoint. So that is what I wanted. Cool. So when I was doing my cross-country flying and our building, at some point at first I was flying the planes really fast because, hey, I can fly a fast plane now. 100 knots was the fast plane. And at some point I was like, I actually want to do longer flight, and so I need to burn less fuel. So to burn less fuel, you need to go slower. So I ended up going in a retractable gear, small Tecna, 70 knots for 5 hours. And when you roll throttle back for 70 knots power, it gets so quiet in that plane. It was amazing. I loved it. Let's go down to 2,500. So I'm still not touching the yoke. I haven't touched the yoke in a long time. All the time I was spinning with the GPS. I haven't done that. Now again, in a real plane I would have my hand closed so I can take over. Shall anything happen? and the sun is setting behind the mountain. So technically this is still before sunset because the sun needs to be 6 degrees below horizon. That's the official definition of sunset by ICAO, at least. It varies from country to country. Sounds like you're going to watch a movie during Venice Pilot. I've never tried that, but I didn't own a tablet or a smartphone. I had a smartphone. I didn't own a tablet, or I don't know. There's enough to worry about, so I've never tried that. The cat is here. Alright, sure, on the way. Can't your little Wonder Cube play video? Oh, it can! The Wonder Cube can absolutely play video. But I think I don't need that. I don't need that. Hang on. I've got something just for this moment.
Are you not entertained?
Magic Silver Baby Box will go over with him now. Well, the box also needs a monitor and mouse and keyboard, so I'm not sure I'm gonna take it everywhere. I've got the Magic Silver board, aka the laptop. So it took us just a few minutes to get there, and now we're going so slow it takes us forever to get out of here. This is amazing. Also, I really like looking at the tire being held up in space, just floating over everything. It looks nice. Oh, I don't have an Apple keyboard. I can show what I have. Oh, or do you mean the Apple key, like key layout? So yeah, I still have to use this key layout, but I honestly got used to that. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, it was a little struggle at first and a lot of googling, but I'm like pretty happy that I'm proficient in using that. Oh, the actual keyboard. I see. So the one on the laptop, it's pretty cool. I like it. But for the cube, I don't think I need to buy the keyboard. I'm fine just having this thing. Alright. Let me control this plane. So I think I'll keep the ball on the horizon. Actually, if we want to fly this... Oh, I need the ball like 2.5, 5 degree up? 2.5, I guess. Yeah, I always forget I'm supposed to look at the attitude indicator and keep this constant pitch and bang. And I'm trying to look at the window. It's actually easier in real plane or in VR. And here I'm feeling a little lost. Alright, let's speed up. 4 minutes until 2 a.m. So I think it's time to go and sleep. I'm busy tomorrow, so I absolutely will not be streaming tomorrow. But Sunday, Monday and Tuesday is possible. We have a public holiday on Monday and Tuesday, so I have 4 days off in front of me. So I will try to stream on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday and go out finally. It's been too long sitting at home. Sleep at night is overrated. Yeah, but sleeping days also. There's noises and there's light. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, OMG, CCM is here. How are you doing? It's 2 a.m. for me. What time is it for you? Hi. Alright. Kiden is gonna cringe. I got a new silver cube for OBS, so my PC is now not dying. Also, I disabled the G-Sync on my PC, and this helps for these stutters in Misfits that I was getting. So it's pretty smooth now, except the occasional stutter when it's loading the scenery, I guess. And the OBS is now running on a different machine, so Misfits can use all the CPA. Can. It's 5 p.m. for me. Oh, no. Or night till now. Nah, always have been. Certified Naudal here. Yeah, my sleep schedule has stabilized recently at falling asleep around 2 a.m. and getting up around 9 a.m. Anyway, I was saying the OBS is running on the silver cube, aka this little baby. I'm so happy. Everything is so nice, smooth and easy now. Oh, and I also realized I can get my track IR back for when I'm sitting on my desk and not on the big screen, because recently I got a bigger monitor, so there is space to put it. Previously there was no space. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. I don't think they sponsor anyone. I don't know. I'm just really surprised how good it is and how nice it works. I think they finally came to a nice place. All the applications are neat, are available. All the data I have is in cloud anyway. Their new processor line is absolutely killing it. So cool. Think they do? I don't know. Maybe not streamers. Yeah, maybe way too small. Right. I think we can kill the engine overhead and try to do a dead stick landing. Custom Raving or magic box. It just makes me so happy. I'm not sure how to explain it. It just feels so smooth for me. I'm not sure how high we are over terrain. I forgot to take note. Well, less than 2,000 feet. So, kill that engine. Actually, let's kill it. Let's kill it for good. Yeah, let's kill off those things. Who needs it? So can just try to install Linux on it. I mean, if I have it long enough that Apple stops supporting it, then I will try. I actually had Linux at home for a very, very long time. I started in Windows Millennium era, and I only got back to Windows when it was Windows 8.1. So it's been over 10 years. I think like 12 years I've been on Linux on desktop. I actually loved it. Oh, so we don't have that much altitude. Right. I guesstimate the best glide would be like 50 knots-ish. Wait, you need that spinny thing to spin? I heard it's supposed to keep the pilot cool, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too cool. Also, it's in the way. I mean, the things I use to fly, we just don't install the spinning thing altogether, so it's not in the way. It doesn't cover the view. Flaps full for that extra drag. We can also sleep a little. And it cannot fail on you if you don't have it, so that's how we solve it. There you go. Alright, that is pretty nice. Vex turned off the air conditioning. Yeah. The running joke is that when that spinning fan in front is to cool the pilot, because when it stops, the pilot starts sweating. Alright, that's it. I think we need to train a little more Destig landings because it takes some planning, like you need to plan your room ahead of you to get to the right spot. There's few techniques what to do when you get too high. There's less techniques what to do when you get too low, except praying. Opens the window. Is that spinny thing in front of the plane important? Well, people get very upset when you damage it, so I guess it's kinda important. And pricey.
Kitten Airlines asked me, is that spiny thing in front of the plane important? Oh, you mean the propeller. Yes, it's quite important. It keeps the plane from turning into a very expensive glider. It's responsible for generating the thrust needed to propel the aircraft forward. Without it, you'll be experiencing a rather intimate relationship with gravity. But don't worry, I'm sure you could handle it. Somehow.
Now we know. Maybe I'm not doing rugged Vex. Well, I'm not sure I'm that good, but it usually works for me. But I'll be honest, whenever I don't practice enough, I'm a little anxious if I can do it. Alright, pilot, plan. Make sure you don't get your head chopped off. Yay, that's really cool. Also, I can use track air to adjust my view. That's nice. They still cannot zoom in. Now I'm poor again. Have you bought your silver magic box? Is that what made it poor? Yay, that was great. I'm so happy. The magic silver box is absolutely nailing it. Not having OBS on the gaming PC is a massive difference. I honestly didn't expect it would be such a big difference. So, we can do this again. I will be streaming from my big setup at some point. Applause, thank you. I need to Tangia volume. So effect on Tangia needs to be louder. And AI needs to be quieter. I still need to figure out how to using capture card, yes. So I can explain actually. So bear with me. I'm using a capture card, but there's a twist. I'll try to explain. So I'm not capturing my monitor. Let me just show you. It will be easier. So I got a capture card I had from before. I actually used the one that I used for the camera. So I was running Sony a6000 through Elgato Camlink 4K. And that app using Voicemeeter to connect two machines when doing the dual setup. Pain in the ass, but it worked. So I'll show you what I do for the voice. For the voice, my Misfits goes to aux. So if we go to settings here in Misfits, hang on. We go to settings and sound. my Misfits goes to Aux, and it's pretty much the only thing that goes to Aux. Everything else goes to the first one, and Discord goes to the third one. So that goes here. And then... Where's my mouse? Oh. It's resetting the camera when you go to the menu. Unlucky. And then Voicemeeter, the aux here goes to A5. Is that readable enough for you? Anyway, Misfits goes to aux, and then aux goes to A5, and A5 goes to the HDMI directly. Dual 4K HDMI. Oh, because I have like an adapter. So that's interesting how I'm doing this. Shall I draw this up? Will this be easier? So the Voicemeeter is putting this on the HDMI, and then on the capture card is grabbing the audio from the HDMI. So I don't need to transfer the audio as well. But I think Voicemeeter, if you use VBAN and you're on cable, I think that's pretty reliable. But you need to be on cable. It's super unreliable on Wi-Fi. I've been using Voicemeeter for a long time, and I really like it. So another catch that I'm doing is my monitor setup. So this is where the game is on the main screen. This is the second screen where I have this, what I'm showing right now. So I have my Firefox, Voicemeeter, OBS, intermediate OBS. Now what this OBS does, it just captures the game, and it captures the apps, and there's also background. And now what I do, I right click here, and I click open preview projector. Hang on. Open preview projector, and I beam it to this third monitor, but this third monitor is not a real monitor. It's where the Camlink is connected, so the capture card. So I don't have a third physical monitor. Also, systems see this as monitor. Basically, the Camlink 4K shows itself to the system as a monitor, and then it goes there. So this OBS is just capturing it and just... I'll show this preview. Oh, hang on, I can... Oh, I know what I can do. I can go here. I can make it in window. Oh, that didn't work. I did fit window to count. Full screen, windowed. No, it doesn't have the bar on top. Let me get it to the other monitor. Oh, it had the bar, it was just very small. So see, there is this projector here in a window, and that's all this OBS on the streaming PC is doing. And this projector basically goes full screen on this Camlink monitor. That's pretty similar to what I was doing. Nice. And that's it. So the whole job of this OBS is to capture the game and put it on this virtual monitor that is, well, on this capture card monitor that is not a physical monitor. So I don't waste a monitor for just displaying a game capture, but I'm not capturing the actual screen. I'm not capturing my main screen. So if there's any pop-up or anything, you won't see that. You know, if any friend on Steam decides to play and it decides to pop up, even though I disabled it, you will not see that. So that makes me feel a little safer and gives me a little more control over what's going on. Yeah, I think you get the idea. There's one more piece of equipment I'm it's not going straight from the graphic card, it's going through the USB adapter that spits out to HDMI cables, but I think if I plugged in the HDMI straight to GPU, it would be very similar. I just thought it would be easier this way. So, I actually tested this on Boozy earlier before I needed that, and it's working for him, but sometimes it gets very framey on the capture one. This is stream 1. Soon we need to do that. Oh, also, because I'm now streaming from the Magic Box, from the Magic Silver Box, aka this thing, it frees up some resources to have the VR running pretty well. So I was actually trying the VR and thinking how I can stream it. The only problem is to stabilize it, and there's a few ways to do that. So I think I've got that 333. I think that I've got that figured out. So I am planning to do some VR streaming in future as well. Yes, exciting times ahead. Oh, and to wire up I need to wire up Stream Deck. Anyway, I'm so happy. I somehow made my setup simpler, or at least easier to manage, or at least it runs better. Thanks further. You're welcome. I can also draw it in Paint if you want, because I know it's a little complex, but you get the idea. Oh, and I figured I had a revelation, because the music you're hearing, but until today I have been just running a YouTube video in the background. But today I realized I can just download the music from the YouTube video, save it on disk, and run it from OBS directly. Which saves a ton of resources that were spinning for no reason. So that's running directly in the OBS now. I'm happy to go through all of this again, if anyone needs, because I know it's a lot to take in if anyone is trying to do that, and I know it's very helpful when someone tries to explain. It's just difficult to show me all the things because, well, that's a lot of screens. Actually, hang on. There's a little something we can do. Do we want to do that? So I can, technically, I can show the camera from my iPhone on stream. Let me try to do that. That would be one way to show the setup. Is Baines up and running? Hell yes he is. So we're gonna raid him. We're gonna raid Baines. Stay here. But I'll show you the setup. DCM, since you're here, I think you might be just a little interested. But give me a moment because I haven't prepared that. So I need to add a source. Video capture device and device black camera. Black is the name of my phone. Oh, and there's add right now. Perfect. All right, so you can actually see it. But the guy is gone. I just don't think I can zoom out this camera. All right, I'll wait till the ad is over. So that's gonna set us back a moment. Hey, it's actually not bad. Let me see. How's the looking? Right, look, it's looking pretty well. All right, stand by. I'll show the setup. I use Twitch. What's it called? Twitch Turbo. So I pay like €11 a month, but I don't see any ads at Twitch at all. Maybe on how to on Discord, but it's a lot of work. I think what I can do is go through that again and put it as a highlight. It's just the how-to will be very long and no one has the patience to read through that. That is over. So I think the how-to on Discord would be very long and no one has patience to read through that. At one point, I wanted to share my audio setup with someone and I drew a picture in Paint, and my audio setup that in my mind is pretty simple and very logical looked like a massive spider web. Anyway, I can show my iPhone camera. So this is what's going on. So there's the 2 keyboards and 2 mice. There's my throttle. And there's my joystick. There's also the microphone. I'm sitting here. And now there is the gaming screen, which is pretty massive. There is the second PC screen. So those 2 screens is everything that I have connected to the PC. This is the OBS that is capturing the game and spitting it out to the Elgato capture card. And then here on top, I have the Mac screen. So this is the second OBS that is actually capturing the input from that HDMI capture card. So that's the one that's actually streaming. And I have my microphone as well here. And the cool thing I figured out today is that I can get the audio from game straight to the HDMI. So the voice meter is doing that. The voice meter speeds that audio from Misfits onto that HDMI output. So I think that's a pretty cool idea and it works very well. So the capture card captures that virtual display that I have that only contains the game, because there's nothing else on that screen, not even Steam pop-up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Plus I have one more monitor so I can have my stream dashboard and anything else. There's also like my camera control app. So many peripherals and computing power take over the world. Maybe. I'm pretty tech savvy, as you can see, and this setup is just very logical for me. In my mind it's simple because it's logical. Just like 737 is very simple, or A320 because it has only the systems that you need. So, I think that's pretty cool. And I'll show you the magic box. I just had to get the light out. So here's the magic box, buried in a ton of cables. Oh, and can you hear me? Yeah, you still can. And the capture card. And there's the actual PC. Now we know everything. Your keyboards are missing numeric keypads. I wrote an angry letter about that. Yes. So the thing is, I actually like it. It's nice to have a keypad, but it saves so much space on desk and gives me so much more room for my mouse that I figured I can go through the pain of typing the numbers on the regular thing. Huh. Now my phone is still connected to that thingy. I'm not sure how to like disconnect my phone from the Mac now. Oh, okay, it happened. I think I'd rather without F keys rather than the keypad for sure to get rid of home and page up. Oh, actually, I can show you. So the other keyboard. All right, so I'll need to take note. Adding this. Adding this iPhone camera is a little cumbersome. I need to figure out a better way. So this keyboard here, it has the end, home, page down, page up here. And I programmed this key to be insert. I don't need any light. I just have this as insert. So I have insert, delete, all of those keys and the arrow keys. So I have all the keys I need. And that is great. The other one, there was a version of this keyboard which was lacking all the 6 keys. It was a little compactor, but it didn't have all the 6 keys. And there wasn't enough other keys to reprogram it, so I figured I'll get the bigger one. But look, there's still not so much room for the mouse. So it really saves me a lot of space. It's also possible to buy like small, just a numpad keyboard. How can I do that so it doesn't... When I hide this iPhone camera, the iPhone is still connected. I don't want this to be happening. I'll figure this out as well. Oh, I see, there's a way. All right. So, the sun is set, it's getting darker. I'm surprised. So Boozy is having this issue when the projector screen gets very framey and he needs to close the projector and start it again. But it hasn't happened for me today at all. It's very smooth in there. So I'm not sure why Boozy is getting that issue and I'm not getting it. That's very interesting. So, I really liked my setup tour. I think I'm more confident about sharing it now. I think we can go through this again with some paint drawing and leave it as highlight. I don't know. Anyhow, Baines seems to be up, so we're gonna go and raid Baines. I don't have the starting scene or the ending scene. This is the only scene I have today. So there will be no ending scene, but we'll just go and raid Baines. My tongue is stumbling. And it's 2 a.m. and I feel so nice. Thanks for stopping by. I had a lot of fun. OG, thank you again for that message a week ago. It really kept my motivation up because I was, well, when I know someone is waiting for it, and I know many of you are always waiting, Kev has been very vocal about it. Thanks again. You're welcome, Sam. So that message really kept me up and like, yay, I want to stream again. Baines is streaming the World Flight landings on GitHub, so we're gonna go and see that. My keyboard needs some cleaning because it's it's pressing the A key twice along. I've been looking forward to your streams. Yay. Thanks, OG. That's so nice. Right, raise up. Raid message. That's one of them. That's the second one. So copy whichever one works for you. And so I have 4 days off ahead of me. Tomorrow I'm busy, but next 3 I'm really hoping to stream again, and I want to go out and stream out again. We'll see what the weather is like, if I can do biking or if I need to do walking. There's also going to be some market at the market that didn't go very well. Like, you know, occasional market. I'm not sure what the name is. On the main square. And they will have like the special kind of croissants from Poznań. So we'll try to see that. Right, copy the message. I'll have a good rest. I'll have a long sleep. I need to do stuff tomorrow, and I'll see you around. It's been great. I've so enjoyed it. All right, I'll hide myself. I mute myself, and we'll go there. Actually, it's better if you can hear me, so I'll just hide myself. All right, going now. Bye.